PM seeks deal to end lockdowns. Scott Morrison seeking this deal with the premiers. Tony, in this story it says that the premiers ramped up demands today for international arrival numbers to be slashed, but we saw what Daniel Andrews had to say. He said there should be no more lockdowns once every eligible person had been offered a vaccine, saying he wouldn't shut down businesses to protect those unwilling to get the jab. He's saying we've got to get to 70 or 80, but Mark McGowan is pushing the Commonwealth to crack down on Australians taking unnecessary overseas travel. That's just some of the detail in tomorrow's story. Tony, what do you make of it?
Look, I think it's important for politicians to keep their opinions more so to themselves and let the health professionals guide us here. We do need to have a plan, there's no doubt about that. And we've seen a lot of politics in play during the COVID pandemic, and it's helped those premiers to stay in power and improve their position. But we need to have a plan. It's important for everyone to be on the same page, and we can't have premiers and health professionals from different states giving different messages. I mean, we do have this national cabinet. There needs to be consistency coming out of that. There needs to be one voice, and they all need to be on the same page, because otherwise people will be confused. They are confused at the moment, and a lot of messages are getting lost in translation, and I think it's not good for our way out of this.
I couldn't agree more about the different messaging, Lisa, but some interesting... Peter Credlin wrote about it in The Australian today, about National Cabinet. She and I had both said at the time we didn't think it was going to be a good idea, but there was an idea, there was some unity. It's now fractious. I mean, Scott Morrison sort of has to wrestle back control, doesn't he?
He has to show some real leadership. Look, when it was first announced that there was a National Cabinet, we were all very excited. We thought it was great that they would all come together and that there would be a unity approach to solving this problem and getting Australia through this. Now, what we've seen happen is chief ministers and premiers run off in their own direction. And look, Scott Morrison has let them do it. He now needs to rein them in, bring them under the umbrella. It's his first day out tomorrow from quarantine, and he needs to start winning this next election by pulling them into line and laying down some ground rules. Now, knock me over with a feather that we are sitting here, and I heard Peter Credlin tonight, as you did, basically say, look, we are agreeing with Daniel Andrews for a change and saying, quote, it's better to lock some people out than lock everyone down. Well, hello, who would have thought those words would come out of his mouth? And then for him tonight to be quoted as saying, people are entitled to expect their governments to work together to get it done. Well, hello, maybe Daniel Andrews has finally seen the light, and Scott Morrison needs to listen up, pull all of these premiers and chief ministers into line, lay down some hard and fast rules, and give us all some hope. What figure do we need to hit? How many of us have to be vaccinated so that we can get this country open again? You know, what are the figures of bringing people home? There are still 34,000 Australians waiting to come home. That's unforgivable.